Welcome back, everybody. Starting off the show with some technical difficulties right off the bat. We've got some interference playing with my mouse. Welcome back, everybody. It is another Working Brother Talks. George McMillan is back. And boy, have we got an interesting topic for all of you today. George, you've got another slide set that you whipped up really quickly. My voice is a little cracked, but we'll make it through today. This is a comedy show. Nothing we say here has anything to do with reality, especially with today's episode. George McMillan, do you want to give people a brief 1 minute intro into what we're going to look at, or do you want to get straight into the slide set?
Oh, that's what did you want to B-roll that footage of the multiple angles at once?
Do you want to okay, so what we're going to talk about,
let's do my slide set first.
Let's do a couple of slides. Yeah. Butler Farm Show, Butler, Pennsylvania.
All right.
Why is Pennsylvania? Before we get into it, tell us, for our non-American viewers, why is Pennsylvania important in the U.S. Grand scheme of things?
Oh, it's a battleground state that Trump won in 2016 and then lost in 2020. Oh, yeah, the Democrats used the ballot harvesting, changed the voting rules, used the mail-in voting, and then won Pennsylvania. So the Trump administration is trying to win it back. It's swinging heavily toward, it's several percentage points towards Trump. So Trump wants to win it. Also, one of their senators is up for re-election. The congressmen are up for election every 2 years for the foreign viewership. So they have one senator. So Trump is there to not only campaign for himself, but for also to campaign for McCormick for senator. So they're trying to do that.
And historically, as in like 13 colonies time, isn't Pennsylvania one of the what are they called? Or am I mixing up some American history?
Colonies? Yeah, it's 13 original colonies settled by William Penn. Hence, it's named Pennsylvania.
All right. So, getting to the subject at hand, there was a loud noise and Trump fell.
Yeah, several of them. Apparently 6, 7, or 8 of them or something like that.
Does anyone know the actual count of how many loud noises there were?
Yeah, I think I was watching on Fox News. They were able to dub out the sound. Oh, and Mike Adams was too. Mike Adams showed that slide deck on his Health Ranger show. He took my measurement readings and used that for his.
We've got a lot of memes. There's like an overload of memes about this event, so I'm gonna be playing all kinds of things in the background while George tries to make this not funny. All right, so get through the slides. Keep going.
Yeah, okay. That's looks kind of small there, but Joshua and I figured out. Yeah, put the map back up. Joshua and I figured out. Yeah, Joshua and I figured out from watching the different videos where the stage was. So the stage is right in front of the 3 buildings. We're in front of the field. Yeah, move the cursor down to the right. Well, okay, where the cursor is right now. Wait, no, stop for a second.
It's here. Yeah, it's here. This is the point.
Yeah, that's about where Trump would have been. The stage is about right where your cursor is. The shooter's position is roughly on top of that roof over there somewhere. So it says there about 415 feet. which is about 126, 127 meters. So
Hmm.
relatively close shot. I still haven't seen a picture of the rifle yet. Apparently, it's some kind of AR style rifle. Not sure what the ammunition load was, but apparently he was
One of
using.
my commenters said, does America have anything that's not an AR style rifle, or is that just for media purposes? Like, do they just do that, like, to make it the AR-15 scary?
Oh, I guess. I mean, yeah. All kinds of hunting rifles, semi-automatic and bolt action, and a whole bunch of other competing rifle makers. But it's the most popular.
All right, so we figured out the distance.
Yeah, click on the next one. Just let me go. Let's just run over the slide set.
All right.
Yeah, yeah. Just go to the next one. So then, yeah. So the counter sniper shooting back. The counter sniper teams were on the building behind Trump. So if you're looking at Trump, it'd be to the left, to his right. So that's only about, yeah. Go down a little bit. Yeah, go down a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah. Okay. So there, the distance is about 134, 135 meters. Well, they're using very high-powered rifles. I think probably one of them had a 308. The other one probably either had a three. Well, the guy with the bolt action that was laying down probably either had a 300 Win Mag or 338 Lapua. I mean, those Lapuas rounds are made to shoot 15, 2,000 meters, so 150 yards, 200
We have
yards.
a meme. We have a meme that you can discuss. Can you recognize them from the meme? These are the counter shooters.
Yeah. Okay. Go down to that one. They're probably 300 Win Mag for both. I'm just looking at the magazines. Yeah, probably. So yeah, so 150 yards. So those things, nothing. They're made to go out to 1,500 at least. You shoot very flat out to a grand.
One thing that's been brought up by several people is that there was very few actual Secret Service agents, and these two guys actually have here on the higher quality photos you can see here under police it says Secret Service. But a couple of them, those are the only two that I've seen with like what did you hear? What do you know about like the amount of actual Secret Service that have been there? Like, do you know any numbers?
Oh no, not that we haven't seen, but it's going to be as close protection detail. The guys with the AR-15 style rifles that came up that were sound suppressed, those are counter assault team members. So they're CAT teams. The
Hmm.
counter sniper team on the roof is a CS team. So you have CS teams, CAT teams. Close protection detail is CPDs. So yeah, those are normally the Secret Service would have, you know, 10, 20%, and then the rest of it is going to be local police, doing the outside perimeter. So
Hmm.
the big story here is, of course, the stand down order, which apparently the the head of CRT is, their ERT, emergency response team for the Pennsylvania State Police. They were going to send a dozen or two, ERT members to that venue, and they were told that to only send 4. So the Secret Service usually takes as many state police and local police as possible, especially SWAT team guys. So in this case, they're only allowed to send 4. Like that's very surprising. Because yeah, normally the more police there, the better trained they are, the better. So the people that were actually used to doing dignitary, the people that were most experienced in dignitary protection were limited. So that's highly suspicious. So I just found that out talking to some people today.
Um, this is a picture that I came across. I don't think it's one of the
Oh,
ones you
that's very
sent in.
good.
And
Yeah,
it
okay.
covers basically everything right here.
Yeah. All right. So
I can
so
send.
the guy climbs up between the two buildings. Yeah, back out a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So the guy crawled up between the two buildings. Yeah, there. And then got on the roof. So yeah, the counter snipers won't be able to see him until he gets to the pitch of the roof. Then the sniper's gonna lay his rifle over the crest of the roof with the magazine on the down on the on the ground, well, the roof, so he could steady the shot and shoot Trump. Now I haven't seen the rifle close up, but apparently it was just iron sights with no scope. So had he put just a cheap $200 scope on it, yeah, Trump would not be alive right now. He was
I
shooting with
don't. I
iron
don't.
sights.
I. I think I saw. I think I saw the rifle somewhere. It was grayish, if I'm not mistaken, and I think it had a scope. I'm not. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure it had a scope. Um, I was just gonna say, like, I'm no expert, definitely not in security, but shouldn't the Secret Service also have been here, like on this other roof?
Okay, I was just explaining to the video before.
Mm-hmm.
Normally what happens is the advanced team and the counter sniper team would get there, do an aerial printout. The snipers would then take a protractor from wherever they're going to position themselves. In this case, it was the roof behind Trump. Yeah, that one. They would do concentric circle at 100-yard radius outwards. They would print it out, one for themselves, and then one would go into the mobile command center. So if they bring up a mobile command center, that would have, the local county usually has those. So that would have a dispatcher in it with the different law enforcement agency personnel that would be in there, plus the Secret Service Operations Center liaison would be in there, because you have to have the Secret Service are going to have special radios. They're going to have their own, but they need someone there to interact with local law enforcement. So they bring a mobile operations center in. They usually do that. The chief of operations for that would be a Secret Service teaming with the dispatcher crew, chief of operations chops for the local police department that would be running that. Whoever's going to run it, state police or the county or the city, if they have that kind of equipment there. So that would be the operations center over there, is to decrease the amount of communications problems you have by having a central relay spot in case they all have different radios, because the Secret Service is going to have special encryption that they're not going to hand out to anybody else, and they'll even have lower level radios and then higher level prick 152s or 117s or whatever they got for special encryption in case that goes down. So you have the Secret Service Detail Advanced Team is going to set up where they're going to stage up at. Same thing with the counter assault team, and then they're going to have a local police usually doing the emergency response team. They should also be deploying people on the outside perimeter at roughly 100-yard increments to cover blind spots. So in this case, the guy came up between the two buildings, the sniper did, got a ladder, got on the roof, and then crawled to the center roof where he took the shot. And as he's crawling forward, there's a bunch of video where people are yelling at the local police to get a man over there, which apparently took several minutes. And also in one video, and I hope we're not being deep faked or anything like that, but apparently there's a female voice yelling the guy's name, Crooks, get off the roof, Crooks, come over here, or something to that effect. That would be interesting to follow up on, because obviously if that's true, as long as that's not a fake video in some way, then for somebody to actually recognize the guy that lives, an hour and 15 minutes south. Yeah, this is about 45 minutes north of Pittsburgh. He's from Bethel Park, about 20 minutes south of Pittsburgh. So for somebody to see the guy and to recognize the guy, that would be very interesting. I mean, obviously she wasn't in on it because she's trying to tell the guy to get off the roof and stop. Obviously he wasn't listening.
First I hear of that. First I hear of the somebody was yelling that they know him and to get off the roof thing. Wouldn't surprise me, considering, like you said, he's from the area. Like, it wouldn't be like, something impossible. But at the same time, he was Antifa, right? Among
I
other
guess.
things.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to be.
Did you hear that he was in a BlackRock commercial?
Yeah, there's conflicting views right now, so I don't want to venture a guess.
But did you hear that he was in a BlackRock commercial?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. Yeah, I did see that.
That's how can I say, interesting little tidbit. Shall we get back to your slide set?
Yeah, let's just run through that just so people know, so people get an overview first of what they're talking about.
All right, so we've got the counter sniper team.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got that interview that's live as we're talking of Clayton Morris.
Let's go over the slide sets first so people have a visual of what the venue looks like.
All right. BBC interview with what's his witness? We've got the sniper roof.
Switch over to the other video. I mean, the other slide set now.
All right.
Because there, I just wanted to show people what the distances were.
Let me zoom in a bit. There we go.
Yeah, we'll go to the top one. Go to the top page first.
Yeah. This is
okay. Yeah, Raven Geostrategic. So people need to go to ravengeostrategic.com is what I'm trying to get in here.
Yes. It's already in the description of every recent video since you've put it up. Yeah. Footage. Well, if you're doing that, then I might as well do this. Everybody who's bought me a coffee, thank you for buying me a coffee. Coffee fuels the show and all that other good stuff. Patrons, blah, blah, blah. And also everybody who wants to, check out George's site for some serious stuff. For the comedy, stay here. Footage from live TV coverage. Go on.
Yeah, all right. This is, Joshua did this. Yeah, so they're just, showing what the size of the crowd is. The bullet's coming in at a 45-degree angle there, it looks like, or maybe a 30-degree angle, something like that. So, yeah, so the reason why Joshua did this is going by the different footage, we didn't have an aerial photo of where the actual stage was. We just have photos on Google Maps of what the open field looks like. So we're trying to guess where the stage was, guess where the shooters were, guess where these guys were. So there's different videos of people with trees. So first of all, we're looking on Google Maps, on Google Ground, and you can only go along the roads. So once we identified those three buildings that are lined up, then we could identify where the stage was going to be and where the counter sniper team was. And Joshua was looking at the videos where people were pointing to the roof. So then in the orange there, it says building shooter was on, just stay there for a second. Building shooter was on the roof marked in orange. And the way that he geolocated that was by those natural gas pipeline there's a orange cone in front of those, probably so the lawnmowers don't run over it, right? So he located where the cone was and then could verify that that was where that particular building that the sniper was on. So once you could locate that, and we know where the stage was because, okay, in green it says the Red Barn stage was to the left of Trump. If you're looking at Trump, yeah, just hold that right there. Stage real quick. So then we could go on Google Maps, and I figured out what the distances was from where the counter snipers were. Yeah, just leave that up there so I can talk over it.
Yeah. You're there. But people want to see your face too.
So then you can do the measurement distances and find out it's about 127 meters shot to Trump, about 135 meters from the counter sniper team. So you know ranges. There's a slight pitch to the roof. So yeah, you could understand how the sniper could sneak up on the roof. Then all of a sudden, the counter snipers would then kind of see him at the last second, kind of a thing. Yeah. Just put the map back up.
I have to a little bit. Come on, George.
Yeah.
He survived. If he didn't survive, the show would be a whole different you know. Like I think Texas would have seceded by now if he didn't survive.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah, so here what Joshua labeled these different key markings. So when he's looking at different videos and he's trying to figure out who was where, who was, where they're shooting their cell phone footage from, we're looking at reference points so we could understand where different shots were taken from and which direction the photography was made from.
Hold on, I've got some things queued here. I don't know what this first one is. Let's do this and see what. Oh, America Great Again by Biden. Let's do this reverse angle, and then we'll go Fox News, and then we'll go slow-mo, and then we'll go time synced all footage.
Happened to our country, probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really
for the conspiracy theorists, that photographer, go follow that photographer throughout the whole
take a look at
event. George, any comment?
Yeah, well, be rolling out again real quick because I had to bring my maps up real quick.
To our country, probably 20 million people. And that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
You know what I really want to know? I would really want to know what he said, what he wanted to say at the end of that sentence. If you look at what really happened where.
Oh, yeah, he was talking about the increase of illegal immigration, since
oh yeah, on the graph. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, but I wanted to know what he actually wanted to say at the end of it. That's the end of this video basically. This is
Margino joins me now. Is
Fox
this
News.
Gross incompetence, or is it something even more scary that we can't even think about?
This clip is like 3-4 minutes. You want to do this whole clip and see what they has to say?
No, it's gross incompetence. I mean, how do you think about it, right? The counter sniper team, they train out, the Secret Service counter sniper team, obviously they're to mitigate a sniper threat. They train out to 1,000.
Feel free to interject at any
1,000
point. Yeah.
yards. So we're talking about, say it was 200 yards. It was actually less than that where this shooter was, right? You're talking about a fraction of what they're trained at. They're also trained to spot guys in ghillie suits, cracked open windows.
Right.
He's on a white roof in broad daylight.
He's on a white roof.
Now, again, it'd be easy for me to say, oh, well, let's not get into Monday morning quarterbacking. Bro, it's not a freaking football game. It's the president of the United States' life. The Secret Service has one job. Well, outside of counterfeiting and protection, it is one job. You keep the body alive no matter what. They came within a millimeter of this guy losing his life. I don't understand some of the commentary that's, they did a great job. Well, the body guys, that response was, brave. They ran up there. They didn't know there could have been 10 more shooters.
Right.
No doubt. Know those guys. Pretty heroic what happened there. But the security failure in the perimeter is a complete, total debacle. No one should defend this.
So when you have guys, we just played the sound, when you have fans saying, hey, there's a guy with a gun over there to multiple law enforcement guys, and they still are just looking around like this and no one. How does that happen?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm getting from a number of sources that people are feeding to me their information, obviously, because they want to fix it. They're concerned, and I think you're going to see a lot of whistleblowers. I'm hearing there were very, very few. I don't want to give an exact number, but very few actual, I don't think anyone else has reported this, actual Secret Service poststanders at that site. That they were temp HSI,
right.
Homeland Security folks, they're great folks. I'm not knocking them, but that's not what they do specifically. We do protection, and we're trained for that. So I'm hearing that. I'm also hearing that the counter sniper team, that they had a problem seeing over the elevation. That's why I didn't engage right away.
Oh, come on.
But that's not the problem. The problem, well, it's the problem, but that's not the real. The problem is, where the hell was the aerial visual support? Why was there no helicopter? Why was there no drone? Why was there no FLIR? Why was there no thermal, forward-looking infrared? How the hell is the crowd acting as the freaking counter surveillance operation?
I know, if that's the best asset you have is random Trump supporters telling police that there's a guy with a gun, what technology are they deploying? They're bragging about they have all this new technology. I didn't see it. Tell me about when they rush him over to the van, I guess, the vehicle. It seemed like some of the Secret Service agents, I just don't know if they had the stature that I would expect to see and the gravitas that I would expect to see protecting the former.
This is the same photographer that I mentioned earlier. For the conspiracy theorists, watch this photographer and review his movements.
President.
Well, the rule is maximum to the protectee, minimum to the problem, right? Because you don't know how many problems there are. So if you try to rush to one problem, like the Malcolm X shooting, and there's another problem over there, you're going to wind up getting dead quick. So they did the right thing by rushing to the protectee. On the evac out, yeah, you do see a couple of agents who one couldn't reholster the weapon and things like this. So, yeah, there were some definite.
And the other one was like 5'4".
Yeah, I mean, you're going to find out in the coming weeks that the physical fitness standards for men and women are different. That's weird because the protectee's weight and height doesn't change for a man or a woman.
Does Cheeto get fired anytime soon?
She needs to go immediately. She has disgraced the Secret Service multiple times. She needs to go. She needs to be fired ASAP, but Mayorkas doesn't have the cojones to do it.
Biden should do it.
Cojones. Right? Biden should do it. George, reactions, comments, thoughts, opinions, jokes that you want to tell? Any jokes? There were a couple of memes about those under height Secret Service agents. Go on.
Yeah, if you play, when you play the other video footage, yeah, I mean, I know you're not supposed to. I know with women's lib and all that stuff, you're not supposed to knock women, but the female agents there were horrible. They were waving their guns around. You're supposed to. The bald head guy with the glasses, when we played more videos, he had it right. He had his handgun over his non-shooting hand to his side with the barrel pointed down like you should, and it's ready so you can spring up and shoot in a two-handed position if you have to very, very quickly. The female officers were holding the weapon and had it level, and they were just flagging everybody with their pistols, including Trump and the security detail as they were taking Trump to the vehicle. So, I mean, that would just be a hell of a sight if Trump survives the sniper shot, but then gets shot by
accidental fire
of his own detail. Or the security detail, the close protection detail, survives the sniper but gets shot by their own teammate. It's not the first video.
We need to break it up with a meme here.
Yeah.
Let me find the memes here. Oh, there we go. We got another situation room. Another situation room one.
Yeah. Well, they had, it's the same look on their face when, like the Buffalo Bills fans when Scott Norwood, missed that field goal and was right. I mean, they're like, boy, the sniper was just off a little bit to the left.
Yeah.
In the Biden situation.
The memes were brutal. Secret Service security camera at Trump rally.
Yeah.
We've got a bunch more memes, but I just wanted to get those out of the way.
The Epstein cameras.
No, the Epstein cameras are even worse. Let's skip this and see what we've got next here. Oh, we've got this in slow motion. This is I guess it's a work of God.
You see something
nothing
that said,
else.
take a look at what happened. You see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Like the chances of that happening are like minuscule. Let's put it that way.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Like it's stroke of luck, one would say, but I'd say God works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, I went in a similar circumstance.
Go on.
I was in Iraq and I bent down to pet a dog, and a bullet went right where my head would have been. So, yeah. Sometimes that stuff happens. God was with you that day, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Now we've got time synced footage of the whole thing. I think it's 3-4 minutes. I'm gonna play it through, and if you wanna stop me at any point, like tell me, and I'll stop the footage.
Look, they're all pointing.
The Atlantic, maybe the Pacific.
Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. There he is right there. Right there, see him? He's laying down. You see him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
And still I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate
What's happening?
and to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do, we're going to make America better than ever before. We're going to make it.
Yeah, look.
And it's
There
not
he is.
easy, because we have millions and millions of people in our country that shouldn't be here. Dangerous people, criminals. We have criminals. We have drug.
I have to stop it. If you've got nothing to say, I've got something to say. It's just like, oh my God, I can't believe. Number one, being a non-American, I can't believe that there is an American there with a gun who just went and like shot him. Number one, this is like, cliche reaction of foreigner to like an event in America. You know what I mean? But the point is obviously
you can't carry guns at an event like this.
Yeah, exactly. That would be like, presumption number one, that like nobody here is armed, and even if they are, they're not crazy enough to wave a gun around and be the person getting shot,
Well, yeah, exactly. Oh, undercover cops get shot all the time by uniformed cops. Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah. So the point is, okay, so we've discussed that. But the fact that like nobody is reacting, like none of the officers that were approached, I'm gonna download the BBC interview.
Well, let's stop here for just a second. When we at the beginning of the video, I talked about how the state police wanted to send a dozen or two ERT guys out there, and then they were told that they could only send 4. And then I explained how they should have gone in 100-yard increments out from the sniper's position is where you would get that from. So everybody's looking at the same maps, not necessarily from the stage. But normally you would put your additional perimeter personnel out in those 100 and 200 yard ranges at least. Within those frames, you should know from your initial assessments, your advanced team assessments, where the points are that you can't see, and then you would put your personnel out on the perimeter to monitor those locations. In this case, it's going to be those buildings. The fact that they don't have police over there making sure that nobody gets on the roof, if not even put a policeman on the roof, that would have happened had the state police not had the stand down order and only been limited to 4 personnel. If they've been able to send 1 or 2 dozen personnel out there, then those basic different yard distances would have been covered.
Hold on one more second, George. I've got to save another video. Talk to us a little bit more.
Oh,
George.
Yeah, it was just when the local police don't necessarily have the same radios as the Secret Service, so even it looked like there was confusion for the police that were there. They didn't act promptly enough, which could happen for a whole bunch of different reasons. Local police are not going to be involved in this kind of operation normally. So they could just not understand what the protocols are either. Because if you've never done something before, you're going to react a little bit slowly.
The former Secret Service guy that we just heard, he was saying that Homeland Security guys are not trained to do that kind of thing. So then local cops are definitely not trained to do that kind of thing.
Correct. I mean, I did it a lot from working at different venues where there was lots of VIP visits. So I would work with the special agents all the time. But then again, I'm working the same venue and I know where the vulnerable spots are already because I work there full time. So when an advanced team comes to me, I walk them out and I walk them through all the locations where different people are going to be staged. Okay, Secret Service comes onto a venue, they control it, venue security moves out, and they put their own people in, we move out to the perimeter, right? So at least all of that stuff is discussed beforehand. In this case,
go on.
Well, the Secret Service usually doesn't show up again until the day of the venue. They're expecting the local police or local security to take care of whatever security preparation decisions in advance. Lots of times they don't really show up soon enough to correct any deficiencies if they actually see any. And then if you're under manpowered, then you really can't correct them. So again, it's really baffling if that Pennsylvania state trooper comment is accurate, that he was forbidden to send the number of personnel that he originally wanted to send.
Yeah. Let's break it up a little bit with this meme. And then let's get back to this time-synced video of events as they transpired.
We have people that should not be here.
Right on the roof.
It's much tougher than if it happened.
You went right on the roof, big guy.
Ever. In recorded history, we had the best border. In fact, if they could ever put up a chart, I don't know if they can do it. Do you guys have access to that chart that I love so much? You don't mind if I go off teleprompter, do you? Because these teleprompters are so damn boring, I try and explain that. Oh, there's it. Wow. You guys are doing it. They're getting better with time. My guys, take a look at that chart. Take a look at the arrow on the bottom. See the big red arrow, right? So that's when I left office. That was the lowest point, and that comes right from the government services, comes right out of Border Patrol. Take a look at that. So that arrow is the lowest amount of illegal immigration ever in recorded history into our country. And then And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that says, what happened.
I hope he's turning this way. Be careful, guys.
We got breaking news. We got breaking news coming in. Shots fired. Seems to be shots fired at the Trump rally. Is he okay? We need to go live right now. We are live right now at the Trump rally.
One shot right here, Mike.
We don't know if President Trump has been shot. We know he hit the ground. We do not know if President Trump has been shot. He's up. He's up. Shots are still continuing to be fired. He's giving a thumbs up, everybody. He's giving a thumbs up.
Conspiracy theorists are gonna have a field day with this. There's about another 30 seconds. Let's keep watching.
Breaking news right now. This is Vanessa Broussard reporting to you live from Butler, Pennsylvania. We hear shots fired at the rally not 10 to 15 minutes after President Trump arrived. He hit the ground. Unheard of yet if he has been hit by gunfire. Secret Service quickly erupted.
You can see the guy
there.
there.
The snipers on the building behind the.
I think they hit him because the guy he looks dead.
And that's it.
Take a look at what happened.
That's that compilation. For the time sync. Do you want to watch another one? Or have you got something to say?
Oh, yeah, it just.
What's your take? What's your take after seeing that synced footage?
Well, yeah, if you that one bald guy with the glasses was right. He's doing crowd control with his weapon down. Those female officers had no idea what to do whatsoever. I mean, that was kind of startling. And then, yeah, like Dan Bongino says, their height weight requirements are a little bit different than the men. You know, that one woman couldn't see over her belly, so she couldn't reholster her weapon.
You're talking about these here, right?
Yeah.
Right here.
Okay. See, they're doing the close protection detail. They need to move out 1 foot and form a wall between. So the close protection crew that's putting the president in the door can access the door. They're standing too close to the SUV. They need to move out like, you know, in a football match where they form a wall between the crowd. So the close protection team can come in and put the principal inside the door and drive off. So they're standing next to the vehicle and didn't give them any room. Instead of forming the three of them a wall in front of where you'd be opening the door, because they're supposed to block any shots going to the principal. In this case, it's the president. So that was just totally botched. I mean, it seems like they never practiced it before. It was really strange. And then that one is trying to put the weapon back in, and she can't see over her stomach to put her weapon back in the holster. Yeah, that's just crazy. Then the other woman came from around the SUV with her gun pointed towards all the people, her teammates and the crowd. Like, do you see a threat out there that you're going to engage? Because you don't point a gun at people unless you're planning to shoot. So that whole thing was crazy. Yeah, she could have her weapon out, but it should have been at low ready or pointed down somehow. It just something other than what she did. So that was nuts. So yeah, that was just a complete fail. And I'll use polite words.
There's a Serbian conspiracy. The reason that he survived is because he had his 3 fingers out, and God is with Serbia. This could be a fake photo. This could be a fake photo.
Wait, what is? Okay, you have to tell me what the 3 fingers means later.
It's like the Holy Trinity, basically.
Okay.
But
not
like,
anything dirty, is it?
No. It's,
Okay.
God is with the Serbs, or as one of my friends likes to say, God is a Serb. In any case, should we listen to Biden?
Well, I've watched Belgrade TV before.
Should we listen to Biden?
You know, when I was in Skopje, it was kind of funny because yes, the Serbs think quite highly of Serbia.
Yes, the Serbs do think highly of Serbia. That is a very nice way to put it. Let's hear what Biden had to say.
So tonight, I'm asking every American to recommit to make America. Think about it. What's made?
Don't make America great again. Make America think about it.
Yeah.
What do you
think?
What do you have to say about the MSM's reactions to Trump falling? What do you have to say to the headlines? CNN, Secret Service rushes Trump off stage after he falls at rally. Are you surprised at these headlines? Loud noises.
Oh wow! No, I hadn't seen that. I know that they're really trying to downplay it and then blame Trump.
Yeah, you haven't seen these headlines for real?
No, I've been on the phone all day talking to different people about it.
This is from.
I didn't realize it was that bad.
This is from Joaquin Flores, and New York Times chose to publish this op-ed today for their print edition. He failed the tests of leadership and betrayed America. Voters must reject him in November. Donald Trump is unfit to lead.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
Today being the 15th, as we record this for the record. Reaction, George?
Yeah. All right. So they because they're really trying to downplay. You know, they're trying to say that. He fell down for no reason, and then it's just so ridiculous.
Ridiculous is one way to put it. Comedic is another.
Yeah, well, it's a comedy show. We can, it's comedic.
You know what the funniest thing I came across is? This is actual news. So Trump will not get 3 million rubles in compensation for being wounded as it happened outside the borders of the special military operations, explained the budget chamber. In Russia, actual news from actual Russian news agency.
That's good. That's good. I think they should give him the 300 rubles anyway. The 300 million or whatever they call it.
It's more Russian collusion, basically.
Yeah. So I think the real interesting thing is, the background of the shooter hasn't really come up yet, but somebody had mentioned that he was in some kind of shooting club. And it's going to be very interesting because when you get into the false flag stuff, it's made it happen on purpose, MIHOP or LIHOP, let it happen on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've never heard those. I've never heard those acronyms, MIHOP or LIHOP.
I have to talk in acronyms, right?
Yeah. You already explained it in passing, and people can rewind if they need to. Do you know who Tim Wise is? I've never heard of him, but he came across my feed. No? You don't know who Tim Wise is?
Yeah, but just hold up. Okay. Okay. No. Yeah, I always go in very detailed arguments with my slide set. So.
Yeah, there's no conspiracies here. It's Russian propaganda and open source. Okay, hold on. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right.
It's the same guy. One is from 22 and the other one is from like a couple of hours ago, so to speak. It's just the hypocrisy of the left. I don't know who Tim Wise is. I don't really care.
No, I don't know either.
All right, moving swiftly along.
He's he sounds like he's trying to outdo Alex Jones.
Oh, we've got a fresh meme. This was posted relatively recently by the Serbian National Meme Coordination Body. We came, we saw, and he what? Yeah, Killery.
Wait, so does Serbia do the greatest memes also?
We like our memes, yeah.
Okay.
We have a lot of meme pages and a lot of meme culture in Serbia.
And next time I'm in Belgrade, we're going to go to Trig Square, right?
We're going to go anywhere you want next time we're in Belgrade. This was sent in by Vex Perun. Are you a good shot? Absolutely. Killery is what I named it.
Right.
I mean, what else would you name it? What do you think of the new VP pick by Trump? That also is news.
Vance?
Yeah, I don't know anything about him. So like, tell me, other than he's from Ohio, and Ohio works with Serbia, as far as I know. So I guess that's good. But tell me more.
I know Croatians from Ohio, but not Serbians.
I didn't say there were Serbians in Ohio. Serbians are, I can't remember where most Serbians are in the U.S. But
I don't know either.
The National Guard of Ohio cooperates with the Serbian military often. But what can you tell me about this Vance guy?
Vance Steele? Oh, JD Vance? Oh, I don't know. It's Trump really backed him. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that right now today.
Politically correct as always, George. Musk makes fun of the MSM. We've got that. Caesar injured in group hug.
Oh, right. Yeah, they have to the way the so-called journalists with the air quotes, because you gotta, yeah, our journalists are they're propagandists. It's really crazy, or stenographers. Yeah, the way that they frame issues is just insane.
Stenographers is a good word. Yeah.
Right.
Definitely framing is their main subject. We've got an old favorite. There are no Nazis in Ukraine, but we've got a twist on it. There's no Nazis in Latvia. So no dogs, Russians, Belarusians are allowed in this Latvian campground. But there are no Nazis in Latvia.
Oh, wait. I want to see the bottom of that. Let me read that real quick.
Hold on. Come on. Click and scroll.
So wait,
there we go.
So you can camp. You can do fires. They got showers in a water closet. You can swim. But no dogs.
No Russians and no Belarusians. Yeah.
Oh, those are the license plates. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. What can we say? The like disintegration of Europe is speeding up. That's all I gotta say on that.
Well, I mean, we'll see what happens too, because they had always gotten cheap Russian gas through the Northern Lights pipeline, in Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. So once they have to start paying much more for energy supplies, we'll see whether their standards of living improve or not. Because if they had to use Norwegian gas, it's going to come in at 30% higher, or LPG is going to come in at a higher rate. So their living standards are going to fall. So they can cut their nose to spite their face. It will take a couple of years to get for Russia to send the Yamal fields and the other fields, all that natural gas down to Urumqi or through Ulaanbaatar down to Beijing. Yeah, that'll take a few years to redirect that natural gas. But once the Russians do complete those longer pipelines, then Western Europe loses. They'll deindustrialize. China's economy will get much better with the cheaper and more plentiful natural gas. And Latvia will end up being the loser. So whatever, it's kind of short-sighted.
That's a very, very polite way to say it. I've got a meme from about 8 years ago. Can I call you back? I'm watching a live stream. For everybody watching this live in the chat, thank you for being in the chat. Everybody who's stuck around to the end, thank you for sticking around through my cracked voice, through George's lack of humor, and through the generally terrible jokes.
I got a great sense of humor.
I know, that's why you're a regular here, but and you're also not sensitive, and you let me poke fun from time to time. In any case, George, thank you greatly for giving us your interesting perspective, and you're sharing your how can I say, unique know-how about some of the details.
I did want to say one thing. When you get to the shooter, he was supposed to go to some shooting camp. And I would be very, very interested to see if, who the instructors were at these camps, because somebody egged that guy on. So is there a Ray Epps in the background that made this happen, for a MIHOP event? Because there's certain gradations. There's a whole bunch of LIHOP, let it happen on purpose criteria that occurred, because why wouldn't you ask for more cops to be there, especially since the state police were going to send, a dozen or two people there. Why would you do that? But we really need more information about if there's anybody egging on the shooter to do that.
So again, on the 15th, as we record this, This is all we've got to go on so far, but there's definitely going to be a lot more things because the internet hive mind is definitely going to be combing through all kinds of things that have happened today and previously, like you said, with the background of this guy and his shooting training and whatnot. There's all kinds of possibilities, and a lot of my guests have messaged me since this thing and have been like, hey, you want to record about Trump? And I was like, all right, sure. Well, it looks like we're going to be doing a week and a half of Trump specials. So, yeah, subscribers, look forward to more stuff on Trump. George, we'll definitely give you a call back, and as things surface.
Yeah, if you can shoot tomorrow, let's shoot.
Yeah, definitely. Highly likely we'll shoot again tomorrow.
We need to follow up on the videos that we did last month on just going over the questions and answering the answers in the comment section and get that out of the way.
Yeah. We still have to do that video. We might even do that. Can you stick around now? Or let's have this conversation off the air.
We'll just do screenshots and just do it.
All right, excellent. Everybody who's stuck around, thank you for sticking around. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Where's the music? Here it is. George will be right back. Everybody enjoy. Peace out.